one. So I put up a story on Instagram saying that I wanted to do one last Q&A before 2019 is over. So that is what I'm doing, and I got some really good questions. So I just want to kind of do a little wrap up 2019 video, answer some of your questions. So if you ask me a question on Instagram, I will be answering those now. So I got I got a lot of questions, so I'm going to try to answer most of them, and let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the first question that I got was my favorite Instagrams. Being in the blogger world, I love following people that inspire me. And right now, these people are very big on Instagram, especially if you are in the blogger community. Like, everyone knows who they are, I feel like. But I absolutely love Endlessly Love Club. I love Josephine HJ, Hannah Schomburg, if that's how you pronounce her right name. She's probably my favorite. I absolutely love her. And she just always has a very positive outlook on things. I love a girl named Hannah Jueva. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the names wrong. And those are just some accounts that I take a lot of inspo from, and I just think are beautiful, and yeah. Okay, next question. 5-year plan type of thing. So I'm guessing this kind of means what I think I'll be doing in 5 years. Basically, I'm 20, about to be 21, so that'll put me at 26 almost. By 26, I definitely want to have my own business. I still want to be focusing on myself at that age. I feel like your 20s are your years to focus on you and your goals. So at that point, I want to have a business or multiple businesses. I would love to be independently working for myself. I would still love to, I could totally see myself living on the West Coast in LA, if it were to be on the East Coast, New York, but I still feel like I'll be grinding at 26, just like I am now. Dream work, dream future. My dream work and dream future is definitely being able to still continue what I do now, just to a bigger scheme. I feel like Instagram will always be there and will always be a part of my business in a way, because it is a way that I feel like I brand and market myself. But my dream work is to own my own clothing company, clothing brand. I would love to have some type of PR group that I own and manage, but definitely to be my own boss and to own my own company. How do you have, oh my gosh, I'm out of breath, I talk so much. Okay, how do you have money to live on your own and not have a job? I do have a job, and I do make money to live on my own. So my parents and I made a deal when I started college that they would pay for my living as long as I was in school and until I graduated. So I'm very thankful that my parents, they do pay for my apartment. But other than that, I'm all on my own. I actually work at Hot Pilates. And then I am starting a new job January 6th. I am a content creator and social media marketing girl for American Threads. So that is the new job that I got. And also Instagram is my job. I do paid collaborations, collaborations in general, and I do hope to do that to a bigger scheme. I want to get more involved in YouTube to where that can be kind of a side gig. I feel like I just pick up a lot of different things and just make them all work together. But yeah, so I do make my own money, and that's how I live on my own. How do you afford living in LA? Like I said, my parents, they do pay for my rent, which I'm very thankful for, but I am saving money, putting money to the side, so when I do graduate and they no longer pay for my apartment, I will have the funding to do so. Hair stuff, where do you get your rings? I am still using the Eva NYC shampoo and conditioner that I talked about on my story. I actually genuinely loved that, but when it comes to hair products, I try to switch it up. I feel like if I use the same thing, it doesn't really work for my hair. So I use Eva NYC. Sometimes I use the Paul Mitchell shampoo. It's like a strength and color protecting shampoo. And then I have naturally straight hair. Like this is, well, my hair's dirty, but this is my natural hair. I don't blow dry it. I don't put heat on it. And if I do, I use a heat protecting spray and my rings. So these rings I got from my parents. This ring I got from my parents. It's Chrome Hearts. I got it for my 20th birthday. And then this ring here, you can't see it very well, but I got it in the Dominican Republic. I feel like all my rings, I love collecting rings. If there's one piece of jewelry that I could wear for the rest of my life, it would only be rings. But I love to pick out rings like at special points in my life or when I'm in a cool place, just as like kind of a little reminder, like my 20th birthday, a really cool trip. I always try to find like memorable pieces of jewelry that way, if that makes sense. So I kind of buy my rings from random little stores. Do you have any siblings? Are you close with your family? I have one older half brother. He is 31. And we get along really well. We always had a big gap in age, so I kind of grew up like an only child because I basically was the only child in the house from when I was 8. But I love him and we get along super well. And yes, me and my family are so close. They are my best friends. I have so much fun hanging out with them. We just have an absolute blast. Next question. Who is someone you look up to? I definitely look up to my mother. I feel like that's a very typical answer. Both my parents honestly are the two biggest inspirations in my life. They're amazing people inside and out, and they truly are so hardworking. They provide for me, and I'm so blessed to have parents that truly care about me and that want me to reach all my dreams and succeed and have the opportunity to put me in a place to do what I want to do. So I just have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to my family. What are my goals in life? My main goal in life obviously is just to be happy and healthy and be surrounded by my loved ones. I feel like happiness and your health and the people in your life are the most important thing. I feel like that's what really sets you up and grounds you. Another goal in life is I want to travel to as many places as possible. I absolutely love traveling, and I feel like it gives you an experience and kind of makes you see the world in a way that you never would if you didn't travel. I want to be my own boss. I want to have my own company, maybe multiple companies. I still want to be doing something on Instagram, running with that. I don't know. I just love being in a creative field and having a bunch of side gigs that kind of come up with one thing, because I get bored really easily and I feel like I have to be doing a lot of different things to keep my interest in all of them. So I don't know. I just want to stay creating and be working in the creative field, because I feel like you never ever run out of opportunity when it comes to that. Okay, next question. Hardest thing you dealt with in 2019, how you overcame it? I feel like 2019 was my biggest growing year. I went through a lot. I transferred schools. I moved across the country. It was just a year of tons of happiness, but by far the biggest learning lessons that I've faced so far in life. So definitely it's just the one thing that I feel like I learned the most is that your happiness and you are your biggest focus in life, and that you have to do what's best for yourself in every situation. When it comes to everyone in your life, you just really have to have your best interest at heart, and if there are things in your life that aren't bringing you happiness, then you literally have to get rid of them, because otherwise you'll never be living for yourself and you will never be living the life that you want. And you can't live your life to please other people. You can't live your life the way you want other people to, does that make sense? You can't live your life for other people. You have to do what makes you happy, and you have to do what you want to do. Otherwise, you're not living your own life. So yeah, I overcame that, I feel like, just by learning, like dealing with being upset, dealing with stress, dealing with just a lot of emotional things. I feel like it all takes time, and I feel like I overcame that because one day I just realized what's truly worth it, and that you have to take care of yourself, and that you're responsible for your own happiness, and that nothing and no one can bring you happiness unless you are choosing to be happy. So I guess one day it just clicked. Is there anywhere in the Asheville area that you know that has hot Pilates? I do not think there's any hot Pilates studios in this area, which is so sad. I have looked for them just so when I'm home I can work out at them, because that is my favorite workout, but there are none. I know there is a Pilates studio, a reformer Pilates studio in Biltmore Park, and there are hot yoga studios around, but I don't know of any hot Pilates studios. How often do you do hot Pilates? I try to go 5 times a week, and if I reach that goal, I'm happy for myself, and if I don't, then I don't kill myself. If I'm not working out one day, I just try to walk a lot or eat healthy. It's all about balance. What do you plan to do with your college/Insta career? Which is more important to you? Both of them are very important to me. My education is very important to me because I feel like in the field that I want to work in, I don't need a degree. I really don't need a degree. But for myself, I want to have a degree just to always have something to fall back on. And I feel like when you have a degree, that is how you can get promotions, and that's how you can move up in a company, and you don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, I have this opportunity to move up in this company or blah blah blah, but I can't because I don't have a degree. So I just never want that to be an issue. So that's the reason that I'm getting a degree, just kind of as a fallback plan. But I do want to work for myself, so that wouldn't require a degree. But I don't know, I just want to have a degree. That's just like one of the things that I want to have. And my Insta career, I feel like it's just going to keep going as it's going. One of my big goals for 2020 is to network more with even more companies, even more bloggers and influencers, and to really submerge myself in that even more this year, because I feel like 2019 is the first year that I actually made Instagram a job, or like a part-time job, or just like a hobby, I would say. So in 2020, like now that it's set in stone that like I'm doing this thing, like I'm really gonna go for it and see where that goes. Okay. Da-da. When am I coming back to LA? Friday, baby. Workout routine and diet. I do hot Pilates. When I'm not doing hot Pilates, I run on the treadmill. I do a bunch of body weight exercises. And for diet, I try to eat as clean as possible. I only eat chicken. Occasionally, I eat a lot of fish, a lot of rice, beans, veggies, fruits. I eat basically plant-based other than meat, which another goal in 2020 is I think I want to be pescatarian. I could do it easily. So I'll keep you updated with that. Biggest advice for anyone wanting to move to a new state. If you want to move, I say you go for it. You're so young, and the worst that you can do is not like it and move back. So if you have doubts about it, maybe not signing a year lease, but I mean, if you do, you could always find a subleaser, so don't hold yourself back. If you want to move, go for it. And it could go amazing, it could go horrible, but it's still an experience in life that if you never do it, then you'll never know. So that's like my one thing. Like, I would rather do something and hate it than never try it and regret not trying it later in life. Do I like Bape? I don't own anything Bape, but I mean, you know, I like hypebeast stuff, so I would probably like something. Have you ever tried vegan cheese? Yes, and I don't remember where I tried it from. I think it was Trader Joe's, and it was actually really good. What is my motivation to stay fit? My motivation to stay fit is I have always been a very confident person, but there was a period of time where I just wasn't happy with the way I looked, and I always just reflect back on how I felt during that period of time, and I just never want to feel like that again. So I just kind of let that motivate me, and the fact that once I started eating healthy and living healthy and working out regularly, when I don't work out and when I don't eat healthy, like my stomach actually hurts and I feel horrible. Like I feel so bad when I eat something bad for me. I mean, it's totally fine in moderation. Like if I want to have pizza, I'll have a couple slices of pizza, but I'm not gonna go on a bender because then I'll be laying in bed feeling like I'm gonna die. So my motivation to be healthy and live a healthy lifestyle is literally because I've implemented it into my life, and it's just the way that I live now. And if I don't, then I feel like crap physically, and mentally I'm disappointed in myself. So I don't want to feel either way. Was it hard moving so far away? I love the West Coast and have always wanted to move. Honestly, no. Okay, so my camera died and I'm not exactly sure where I left off or what I said last, but I'm pretty sure I read the question. Was it hard moving so far away? I love the West Coast and have always wanted to move. Honestly, no, it was not hard moving away, because that is a place that since I was a little girl I knew I wanted to move, and I've always just felt drawn to being there. So no, it was harder for me to move away to school than it was for me to move away there, and I think it's just because I'm truly happy there. I have my work is there. I feel like my future is there. So it was a really easy move. And of course I miss my parents, but it's always such a nice treat when they get to come visit me, and I truly look forward to coming home to see them. So honestly, no, it was such a great move. And yeah, if you are thinking about moving, I think that you guys should just do it. Life is too short just to live in one place your whole life and to never get out and experience more than your hometown. And if financial funding is a problem, then save up and have a goal. Make that a goal that you want to save up and move away or travel somewhere. Like, I don't think that you should stay in one place your whole life, because there's way more to this world than one town. Next question, do the locals where you're from talk down on your social media? How do you handle it? Honestly, I don't know, and I don't care. If there's like one thing that I could say that I love most about myself, or that I'm most proud about myself for, I feel like it would be like my mental stability and just the way that I see things. I feel like I see things in a very different way than people. Most people, at least. I don't know, it's like weird and I can't really explain it, but I feel like I'm a very old soul, or I have a very old soul, and I'm just like wise beyond my years, and what people say and what people's opinions are about me or what I do, I just don't care. Like, it's not that I have to try not to care, I've just never cared, because one thing that I've always just known in my heart and in my head is that if it makes me happy, then who cares what another soul thinks? And if it bothers them, it's probably, if it bothers somebody, and if somebody has something bad to say about anything you're doing, it stems from their insecurities, and there's something going on in their life that they're not confident or happy about. And so if they're making fun of you or talking down on you, it's only because of jealousy and because you have something that they don't have, and that's nobody's problem but their own, and something that they need to dig deep within themselves and figure out. So that's the way I see things, and I don't care, or nor do I know if people in my hometown have stuff to say about my social media, because I just don't care. That's the tea. Okay, I have 2 more questions that I want to answer really quick. I know this has already been long, so I kind of want to wrap it up, but I'm going to answer this now. Talk about your ECU experience, why you left, etc. Okay, so I went to ECU for 1 semester, and I feel like I experienced 4 years of college partying in 1 semester, and I met some amazing people. I had some experiences that I would have never experienced if I wouldn't have gone there, and I feel like it made me grow up a lot. Like after my first semester freshman year, I like was over the party scene, and I feel like everyone in college at some point experiences partying, and I just got partied out in one semester, and I love my friends there, and I will always be friends with those people, but I just felt like it reminded me too much of my hometown. It was, everyone knew everyone. It was in the middle of nowhere. I felt crappy all the time, and I just didn't feel like it had enough to offer for me. And when I transferred, I knew in my heart that I didn't even want to be in school there, but I wanted to still be in school, so I wanted to be in school until I kind of figured out what I wanted to do. And that's when I kind of realized that online school was the best option for me, because I love to learn, but I hate school, and I've always hated school. If it wasn't for sports, high school would have been awful. But I don't know, it was an experience that I would never take back, but the place is just dirty for me. Dirty and depressing and sad, and it's just like a black hole, so I just needed to leave, basically. And my last question is my best high school memory. I can genuinely say that high school is this much of your life compared to your whole life, but I am so thankful for the high school experience that I had. I know a lot of people don't always have a great high school experience, but I loved high school, and the people that I was friends with, the good, the bad, it was just so fun for me. And my favorite memory, I couldn't pick one. I feel like prom my senior year was hilarious. I don't know, football games, I loved football games, volleyball season, I don't know. I just had a really good high school experience, and I'm really thankful for it. But, and I feel like in high school I not grew up so much, but the things that I went through and just being from kind of a small town just really made me realize at a very young age what I didn't want in life and what I did want in life. So I'm very thankful for all of the friends that were always genuine to me. I met some amazing people. I met some crappy fake people, but that's just life. And yeah, it's just part of growing, and I feel like if you never have that, then you will never know how to handle it when you experience that later on in life, if you ever do. But that is all of the questions that I'm going to answer today. Otherwise, this video is literally probably going to be 30 minutes. So thank you to everyone. I know most of you are probably from my Instagram. I just wanted to say I hope you have an amazing holiday season. I hope 2020 is everything that you could ever expect, and if you know it's going to be a good year and you manifest that, then you're going to have an amazing year. And thank you for all of the support, all of the growth of 2019, and I'm so excited to see what 2020 holds. So thank you for watching.